are live and direct. This is Friday night, a little bit later than planned, but this is episode number 21, and we are recording on 9th of June 2023. Been very busy today, and if I've spoke to you already today, you might have an idea what we're going to cover. We've got some amazing things going on right now, and I want to share some of those with you. I want to share some successes, and I want to highlight something that I kind of like more than anything in this world of funnels and marketing and awesome, exciting stuff. So it's Danny Walsh Live, and if you don't know by now, you can go to the website, which is dannywalsh.live, kind of makes sense, and on there you can find a big bunch of resources and all of the episodes that we've done. We've done a big bunch of stuff covering funnels and Facebook groups and marketing and more. And it's so cool that you guys have been following along with this stuff, right? And I've been getting emails, I've been getting messages, I'm getting people want to work with me, and people want me to come and speak, and people are sending me gifts. I've got to give a big shout out to the guys at ClickFunnels, give a big shout out to Alex A, give a big shout out all of you guys, right? Big shout out to Madison, big shout out to, oh man, there's so many names to mention. And I want to show you some of the amazing results that folks have been having with the fishbowl funnel, with some of the crazy stuff that I've been talking about. And the momentum is starting to build with this now, and I'm super excited and so pleased and proud of what we've achieved so far. Tomorrow we're going out with the kids, and it's kind of cool to do all of this marketing stuff, but you kind of got to remember why you're doing it, right? And you know that there's pictures above, and we've got little babies, and I've got my kids, and that's what it's all about, right? It's about building a business to support the life that you actually want to live, and to actually support your family, and know that you don't have to do the crazy 9 to 5. You have to work even more hours for I'm only kidding, right? It's got to be built around you, and it's got to be built around your lifestyle, right? So look, we are live on my profile. We're live on YouTube right now. If you are joining us on Facebook, you may need to give StreamYard permission to see your posts. So if you are going to comment, then I can pick this up in the comments. I'm also going to make sure the audio is working, which it is. And whether you're joining us live or you're joining us on the replay, it's so great to have you here. And what I want to do is talk about a couple of things, right? So if we look in our resources document, you will find on dannywalsh.live, go on there, scroll down the page, you will find this resources document that I keep talking about. And it's dead easy to find. You go down, there's like a blue button or a green button, you press that. It's under all of the episodes. That will kind of give you a recap of what's happening on the show. And it's the same as the description of the video, depending on where you are watching this, right? So I've got so many different things going on. I want to share with you some successes. I want to share with you and continue talking about ClickFunnels. You see I've got my new ClickFunnels cap. It's like over deliver. It's like one of my all-time favorite sort of phrases, because it's super important that you over deliver in everything that you do. And if that means staying up late, making sure that you serve the people that you're serving, whatever business you're in, whatever organization you've set up, whether it's a software company or whether it's a weird niche fishing group or whatever it is, you need to make sure that you're over delivering so you get the rewards from that. And certainly we're doing a lot right now in the ClickFunnels community. And if you're on the Ambassador Program, or you're part of the team, or you're part of the group, or you're new to ClickFunnels, whatever it has been such an instrumental part of my business and my life for so long that it's so important that I really bang that ClickFunnels drum and encourage you to sign up to get the books and all the rest of it. And all of that information is available on the resources document. So ClickFunnels, we spent like an hour or so last time looking at ClickFunnels, looking at how ClickFunnels has paid my bills and the affiliate program and more. If you're one of our ambassadors, there will be a live after this live in the ambassador group on Sunday, where we are going to share some goodies and awesome things. You see behind me, I've even got like the ClickFunnels comic books. I've got books and stuff from events and more. We're actually off over to Funnel Hacking Live in Orlando, Florida. I've been talking all day and I've had loads of calls today. It's been awesome. We're over to Orlando in September for Funnel Hacking Live. And if you've never heard of Funnel Hacking Live, you can go to funnelhackinglive.com. You can check this out. We're going to be there. The guys are going to be there. Ambassadors are going to be there. Loads of people from the community are going to be there. ClickFunnels has changed my life for the better. It can do the same for you. All of the things that we work on, the funnels and the marketing and the strategies, are kind of born out of that, with a little bit of Danny magic and a little bit of a twist from me. Look at the t-shirt behind me. You know, I live and breathe this stuff, and so should you. So go back, watch the other episodes. You can go on the website. You can go on DannyWalsh.live. It's dead easy to find. The link's above there. And on there are literally 21 episodes or more covering all of the things I've done to build and launch and start a business that's made me successful. And what's so exciting, I should share this with you now. You see the webpage, you've got that on there, DannyWalsh.live, and you come on here and you sort of see me, you see the logo, you scroll down, you watch the training, see all of those replays. I could charge a bag of money for the content that I'm giving away in those videos, right? And I'm just going to sort the screen out. You've got a lot of quality content there. And even if you go back down and start from the beginning, and then you watch the fishbowl funnel stuff, there's a chance that you could go out there and you could not only change your business for the better, you change your life for the better. You'd also change the life of a lot of other people. And we've done this in fishing. There's people doing this right now in softball. There's people out there doing this in metal detecting. There's people out there doing this in software. There's people out there using funnels and some of the things that I've showed you in horse riding, and like in the sort of crystals and holistic therapy niche, and all sorts of different places where funnels, communities, all of these things, building your group, running prize draws, where to find your stock footage, how to use AI, the magic words, what to say, when to say it, and more. A big shout to Mikey, who's watching Alex as well. Alex is saying the fishbowl funnels are great, and Danny's the man. I appreciate that 100%. I really, really do. You guys are amazing. And actually, Alex is going to be joining us on a show in the future. Look out for that. I've also got a big bunch of other guests. We're going to be back with Polly at the Ride the AI Wave Summit. She's actually created a new website, which is going to be amazing. Episode 8. So not only are we doing stuff with ClickFunnels, doing stuff with amazing people like Polly and Alex and Catherine and Madison and the Geek Out group and the ambassadors, all of this stuff is... So I love doing this. You see some of the interviews and some of the things. Alex is there. I've been on Funnel Hacker TV. I've been on podcasts. There's a lot more to come. And with Funnel Hacking Live coming up soon, hopefully you can see you guys there. There's so many things in my mind what I need to do. And I'm actually working with ClickFunnels on the Ambassador Project now, and a lot more besides. These things are going to build momentum, even more momentum than we've already built. So if you're behind on the episodes or you think I'm crazy, you need to go back and check this stuff out, right? It's here for a reason. And I'm not even asking you for money. We might ask you for money from time to time. And some people have given money. Some people have signed up. If you want to hire me just to do some of this stuff for you as a consultant, you can go down here, press hire Danny. I'm passionate about this stuff and I've done a lot, right? Traveled all over the place. You can see my journey around the world. You see some reviews and products and funnels and websites and places I've been. But it's not about me. It's about you. And I want to share with you, if it's all right with you guys, some successes from some of the people who have been part of this project so far. So we're going to do that at the end. I've got an amazing video I want to share with you at the end. But before we get there, I kind of want to advance your ClickFunnels and your funnel journey a little bit further. And we've talked about fishbowl funnels. We've talked about free giveaway funnels. We've talked about free plus shipping funnels. We've talked about AI powered funnels. A funnel is basically a way to get people from A to B in your business and give you money without a lot of friction, and to increase the lifetime value of your products and services and your customers, and to get more money per sale, which is kind of cool. And I talk a lot about ClickFunnels, as you know. That's the software we use to build our funnels. But there's one funnel in particular that is amazing. And this is a funnel that's actually responsible for more sales, more millionaires, more success than any other, right? Let me know in the comments if you want to see a funnel that's like responsible for literally millionaires, right? And this is not overly difficult. You can build one of these things. Actually, if you stick around to the end, I'll actually give you one of these things, and you can actually like quit your job and you can go and do this, and you can put your ideas into practice and help a big bunch of people, right? Does that sound like a plan? Let me know in the comments. I know there's a few people watching, whether you're live, you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, wherever you are. Let me know where you're logged in from as well. Big shout out to Rob and to Alex and to Mikey. You guys are awesome. I'm going to show you some successes at the end so you know that this stuff actually works. But what I want to do is share with you a little presentation that I've put together to illustrate a funnel that is literally responsible for making like millionaires, and is also responsible for building and launching ClickFunnels, right? So what I'm going to do is open this up. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to get into this. We're going to spend about 20 minutes or so doing this, and then I'm going to play the success video at the end, and then we're going to pick this up on Sunday night, and I'm going to show you how to actually start building these things, and we're going to do even more stuff, and it's going to be amazing. Does that sound like a plan? Funnels are instrumental in any business. It's the future of any business, but there's one funnel in particular that you can't deny is probably the daddy of all funnels, right? The most significant of all funnels, and it is the webinar, right? And I want to show you something that's literally changed my life. And if you've seen me do this, and you've seen me, like, if you've ever bought anything from me, I know Mark and Rob are watching, and I know these guys, you know, some of these guys are running businesses, maybe their wife's running a business, and maybe they've never thought about running a business. But if you've ever bought anything from me, this is a method that I've used to sell stuff on countless occasions. And it's also a method used by the marketing greats out there to sell not just a few £100 or a few $100, but millions in sales. And it's undisputed, right? So what I want to share with you is the webinar, right? And the webinar is a way to sell a higher ticket or a more expensive product. So if you've got a service or you're selling something expensive, a webinar is a great way to do it. And what I want to share with you in this quick, like 20-minute slides is, look, after years of being asked, how do you sell so many crazy products and courses and like get people so excited on your videos? I'm finally going to reveal this stuff, and I'm finally going to let you in on the secret how we literally went from making 0 sales and kind of getting upset with myself after each video to knowing that I can sell something expensive literally every time I go live or every time I share a video. And you're going to see some testimonials from folks at the end, people who've been successful. People are buying into what we're doing right now. And if you like this, this might just give you some inspiration to go out there and change the world, right? So look, imagine if you could know that every time you try and sell something that somebody would buy. That's quite powerful, right? And what I want to share with you is 3 secrets, dead easy secrets. Why the actual point of doing a webinar is something that actually people can miss, and they think you've got to go up there and you've got to teach a lot of stuff or you've got to sell a lot of stuff. A webinar has got a different point to it, and I'm going to show you that in a second. How kind of working backwards is the untold secret of doing a webinar, right? So starting from the back and working forwards, and that your webinar success is nothing to do with your product or your funnel or your sort of design. It's to do with 2 little skills that even an 8-year-old has got right now. So there's some powerful stuff that I'm going to share with you, and I want to kind of get right into it, right? So look, let's move into this. By the end of this little training, you're going to know the one thing that took me from worried about what to say when I'm trying to sell something, and how I bootstrap this stuff, so I could make sales every single day, right? So I was really worried about selling things, and I figured out this way, this webinar method, so that every time I try and sell something, it kind of worked. Wouldn't that be like pretty cool if you could just figure that out? Even if you just want to persuade somebody, or you want a new job, or you want a raise in your job, this is a cool skill to have, right? I'm going to teach you 3 unspoken secrets that webinar coaches and consultants don't actually tell you. So if anybody's like, hey, I can build you this webinar and you're going to make money, they're probably wrong. I'm gonna show you these secrets, and I'm going to show you exactly why these secrets are key to being successful with your webinar, your funnel, right? So if you're ready to get started, give me a signal, let me know. I can see some comments down below, give me some likes, give me some hearts. We're going to kind of skip through this. You stick with me to the end. I'll give you an actual webinar funnel that you can use in your business. You can put it in ClickFunnels, you can edit it, and you can build a webinar like this, and you can go out there and start selling stuff, right? I'll also give you 20 minutes on the phone with me for free, which is invaluable to getting you started, and I charge a lot of money for time on the phone, right? So not only are you going to learn those secrets, you're going to understand how I went from being scared of asking for money and scared of selling to being able to do that pretty much every day, and I'm going to teach you things that nobody else will, right? So that kind of makes sense. Give me a signal. Let me know down below. You saw this picture earlier. You know that I've traveled all over the place. And there's one chap in particular that you could just see in the middle, which is a guy called Russell Brunson. The guy with the silly hat is me. I met Russell on a few occasions now. And like I said, I've worked for ClickFunnels. Russell invented ClickFunnels. I work for these guys now. And it's a dream to actually work with somebody that you looked up to so much, and somebody that you have really been inspired by, right? So I'm doing some work for these guys. It's amazing. But ClickFunnels has, as you know from the last video, it's literally changed my life. All of the things you can see on this page, or the money that's been made, the earnings, there's £2 million there, there's hundreds of thousands there, there's customers all over the place, the ability to come up with ideas and sell them and travel and film people and work with clients and do these videos and all of this crazy stuff, get the reviews and more. All of this has been born out of the skills that I'm going to share with you. And this is super powerful stuff, right? So if you want to travel around, you want to be successful in business, you want to be able to ask for the sale, it's important that you unlock these skills. These are 2 webinars that Russell Brunson has done recently, and these have kind of inspired this presentation. And you can see on the left, this literally went live last night. This is called Supplement Secrets. I'll put the links in the resources document. You can check these out. On this webinar last night, Russell literally shared something that is game-changing for entrepreneurs, and how he went from taking a big bunch of different supplements, so he had the energy and stamina to do videos and come up with crazy ideas, to only taking a few. And in doing that, he's literally changed the course of his life. He's got more energy. He's sleeping better, a big bunch of crazy stuff. And it's called Supplement Secrets. And he delivered a webinar. At the end of this webinar, he sold some of these supplements, right? And that's the whole point of doing these things, right? So you're going to come on live, you're going to teach people some stuff, and at the end, you're going to sell them some stuff, right? Does it kind of make sense? Another webinar that he did recently, he actually sold something at the end of this webinar for $1 million per person, right? At the end of this supplements webinar last night, he sold something for $10,000 per person. So this kind of got me thinking, well, if this thing works and webinars are going to this whole new level, and I've been using it for so long, it would be kind of cool if I could go and teach this to you guys and show you that if somebody can ask for $1 million at the end of a presentation, you could ask for a few hundred or 1,000 or 5,000, right? And if you can use the formula of the webinar to sell more stuff, maybe it's not $1 million, but that's got to enable you to sell higher prices, higher ticket services and products. Ain't that worth like 10 more minutes of your time just to kind of get through? Even if you just get people in your calendar, and these things are proven to work, right? And I'm sort of testament to that. Here's the thing. Russell Brunson charges about $100,000 for 1 hour of his time, and he's super busy. And it's very rare that you get a chance to speak to Russell. You're very lucky if you get to speak to Russell. And if you do speak to Russell, chances are you're not going to be able to pick his brain. And for somebody who's going out there earning so much money, it's clear to see that, right? They're very focused on the business, running loads of different companies. I've been lucky enough to go out there and meet Russell and to get involved with ClickFunnels, and that's fantastic. Not everybody can do that. Imagine you could deliver a webinar like Russell, but without having to kind of hunt him down and track him down and harass him and be this annoying pest on the internet, and without having to spend 100,000 for 1 hour of his time. If you did get an hour and pay the money, though, it'd probably be worth it, right? So imagine that. You'd like, hey, you found him, you've met him, you've had lunch, and he's taught you some stuff that could make you millions. Then that would be worth giving $100,000. You're probably not going to be able to do that. But if there was a way for you to learn how to do a webinar without having to find Russell, that's definitely something that you might want to consider. And there is a way of doing it. This is Russell's book, The Expert Secrets book. And you can find this on Amazon. I'll put a link in the document. There's a link actually where you can get this for free. Just pay the shipping. No matter who you are or where you are in the world, I recommend you get the book. And you can go on the website on dannywalsh.live. I'll put the link at the top. You go on there right now, and if you scroll down, you find a link to this book. You'll see the picture. You click on it, you pay your shipping, and Russell will send you a copy, right? He wants you to have this information. I want you to have this information. And that book is dedicated to delivering the perfect webinar. So instead of having to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn these secrets, it's already there in a book, right? And it's going to take a while. You're going to learn it. You need to learn the tech and the funnels and stuff, which I'm kind of showing you in these presentations. But if you have this information, you can go out there and get started. That's kind of cool. And this is the stuff that I had to do. I'm nobody special. I didn't like wake up in the morning and realize, oh man, I'm programmed with this stuff. I had to learn this stuff. And I'm showing you that there are different ways of getting to where you want to be in your business and in your life and with your goals, right? And Russell would more than happily charge you the hundreds of thousands to spend some time with him. Chances of doing that, because he's super busy, very, very limited. It'd have to be something like super special to get his attention. But the information's already out there for you. It's in the book. But I guess some people, the information alone might not be the answer to all of this stuff, right? And in 2016, I had a web design company, and like the server all fried, and my customers were screaming they needed to rebuild the websites. I discovered ClickFunnels at that point, long before this book had even come out. And it was a drag and drop website builder. Russell Brunson had founded this thing, and I used that to rebuild my business and like pretty much save my company and almost save my life, because people wanted to like kill me because I'd ruined the websites. And we fixed all of that thanks to ClickFunnels. But do you know that it was actually a webinar that Russell used to launch this company? So this has kind of come full circle in this presentation, right? This was the first ever webinar that Russell ever did to launch ClickFunnels that I stumbled upon to learn this software that saved my business. And as I followed this and learned more about it and started to deploy this in my own businesses, this has actually made me, this is the script for the perfect webinar. This has actually made me more money than anything else I've ever done. Right? More than a job, more than a contract, more than anything. And I've used it in my fishing business. I've used it in my metal detecting business. I've used it in my funnel business. I've used it in my marketing business. I've used it in all of the things I've done. I've taught it to clients. I'm working with clients on it right now. Russell uses it to sell insane amounts of money of supplements or crazy tickets or events. And he's even used it to build ClickFunnels, right? And that is a testament to the webinar that makes it stand out above any other kind of website or marketing ever. And there's people who've literally made one of these things, read the books, copied page by page, put this thing together inside of ClickFunnels and gone out there and made a big bunch of money, like millions of pounds, millions of dollars. And you might think that's insane right now, but I love that webinar. And I actually promoted that webinar. And when you promote ClickFunnels as an affiliate, you can get commission. And that webinar's existence was actually responsible for me earning an insane amount of money. And there are some earnings on the screen there that I continue to be able to tap into. The webinar's gone now. There's a new webinar. There's a new way of doing it. Everything's been updated. But that webinar was partially responsible for me and my associates earning our share of over $175,000, which is insane. And if you compare that to pounds, that's still like 150 grand, right? So Russell's webinar, I could promote that as an affiliate and get paid if people signed up. Russell did the selling, I got paid. And that was a great time to be alive. Since then, I've gone and set the fishing business up, and we've done a big bunch of fishing events. I've carried on doing bits of affiliate marketing, maybe not as much. The webinar's changed. It's moved on. It's doing different things. But ClickFunnels is still alive. It's kicking because we've got version 2.0, and the possibilities are endless. And I'm urging you to get the book from the page, DannyWalsh.live, go on there, get the free book, read it, learn about webinars, learn about affiliate marketing, join the community, get on board with this. And I can assure you that this could potentially be a life-changing event for you. Fast forward to today, I've delivered countless webinars. And my very first attempt, this like crappy page that you can see in front of you, actually made me 15,000 in revenue in a week. And this webinar is still available. You can go to affiliate.live and I'll actually teach you exactly how in a webinar I made that money. So if you want to learn how to make that money with ClickFunnels, some of the things have changed. You can go to affiliate.live and you go on there and you watch that webinar and you can kind of see how this works. But there's more, right? There's a lot more besides. The webinar is not actually about the product, right? It's about the way you deliver the presentation. And this success, the way that Russell delivers this, is probably the best way ever, right? And you can see this in all the things that I've showed you, in the thing that he did last night, in my success, in other people's success, in the success of ClickFunnels users. But at one point, Russell actually went live on a stage, and he was there in front of loads and loads of people. I'll give you the link at the end to this. He actually made 3 million off the stage using a webinar, like a live webinar in front of people. And he used this structure and this formula from this book. So I've got to celebrate this, right? I've got to share this. I've got to let you know about this and give you this knowledge and this wisdom and this like encouragement that even if you believe in your heart that you're stuck in your job forever, that you'll never have a business, that you're never going to be able to move forward with anything, maybe you're an author, maybe you're a writer, whatever it is, a webinar is the way to launch your business. And it's launched software companies, it's launched coaches, it's done supplements, it's done fishing tackle, it's done all sorts of crazy stuff. A webinar is something that you can learn in a book called Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson, who's actually used this on countless occasions to make literally millions from stage, from Zoom, from Facebook Lives. And I've used this myself to build companies that have made millions. Now, it took me longer to make 3 million than Russell. I made that over a period of time. And Russell made it in 90 minutes. So this script, this method, this webinar is so powerful that there's actually potential that you could go out there and make millions in a short period of time. And I've got to give a big shout to Gary Rowley, who's watching, Mark's watching, Rob's watching, Alex is watching, Mikey's watching. Can you see how crazy this might sound, but how crazy it actually is? That these pages that you can see on the screen and the video that you've just seen have been responsible for not just 3 million or 5 million or 10 million, hundreds of millions. And that's just Russell. And then if you add my millions, my little, 3 million or so millions, and you add the millions of all the other people that have been successful, wouldn't it make sense to even check this out? Wouldn't it make sense to kind of like look up the book and go on my link and scroll down and get yourself a copy? You just pay the shipping, like a tenner, £10, $10. This thing come to your house, and all the information that I'm sharing with you about funnels and how to launch a business and more is all on there, and it's all free. Is that like insane that you would leave this stuff and not listen to Danny when I'm giving you real examples of people who are learning this method, going out there and crushing it with webinars, crushing it with funnels? Like, you'd be crazy to do that, right? Do you think your chances of selling more would have increased if you had a webinar in your business right now? Like, you might not be selling a great deal. Maybe you're selling funnels. Maybe you're a designer. Maybe you're going out there, you've got your own book or a supplement or a product, whatever it is. This works. Maybe you're just an affiliate of somebody else's product. Whatever it is that you're doing in your business right now, a webinar can help you do more of it. And if you ignore that, ignore it at your peril, you literally are one funnel away, one webinar away, one conversation away from being like more successful than you've ever been. And I've studied this script, right? I've used it in everything that I've done, and it took me a little bit longer, like I said, to make the 3 million, but I did it, and I've used this script over and over and over and over again, right? Like, see where I'm going with this? Good news is it can be long, it can be short, it can be done in 5 minutes, it can be 5 days, it can be done in 5 hours, whatever you want. You do it in an hour, you can do it in 50 minutes. Webinars are the key to online success, right? And the key to running a webinar is the formula I've just shared with you and Russell Brunson's stuff. If you have those in place, like you stack the odds in your favor of being more successful, it really does make sense to take that on board. And look, in 5 more minutes, can I share with you what I've learned over the course of doing this for like 5-6 years? Right, can I do that? Let me know in the comments if I can share this with you. Getting some likes and getting people coming through. A big shout to everybody that's watching. I'll share with you 3 quick secrets, right? So secret 1, the actual point of having a perfect webinar that most people actually miss is critical, right? It's the difference between failure and success. In the perfect webinar, you're not actually going to come in there and teach, right? You're not teaching and you're not selling. And a lot of people will turn up and they say, hey, we're going to do a webinar. We're going to show off everything about the product. We're going to teach them everything about it. We're going to tell them everything they need to know. And at the end, nobody buys. And they're like, oh man, why did nobody buy? That's because you've given away the farm in the webinar and you don't want to do that, right? You want to kind of tackle people's beliefs. And I'm kind of doing that now, right? It's like 10 minutes ago, you didn't believe it was possible to go on a video and ask somebody for $1 million, and now it is. That's a big belief that's just been destroyed in your mind, right? 15 minutes ago, you came on the stream. You didn't even know what a webinar is. And now you know there's a webinar, and you know there's a book, and you know there's a formula. Like, your beliefs of what's possible in life have just changed because I'm showing you people are going out there making millions, and I'm living proof of that, and I'm nobody special. Then if these things are working in tandem, right? So not only am I showing you what a webinar does, I'm kind of helping you along that journey by making you realize that there's a lot more possible online than you ever thought. And it works for anything. Even if you're selling a $1.6 million condo in Florida, right? If you can make somebody believe that the key to living the life that they really deserve to live requires moving into a condo, and the only way to find that property is via your real estate business, it's very likely they're going to have to hire you and give you money. If you can make somebody believe that this key to their future success is your book, and the only way to get that book and that knowledge is from you, then they have to buy it. They have to give you money. And this is the power of the webinar, right? You've got to be getting this right now. You'd be like, oh man, maybe I could go and use this. And look, I know that the key to selling more high-ticket things online is by delivering a perfect webinar. And the only way to get the perfect webinar is by learning from the expert, Russell Brunson. And when I believed that, I had to go and pay money to learn this stuff, right? And now you're believing that. You're like, oh man, I need to go and buy this book. You have to give money. You see how powerful that is? So you're not actually teaching people. What you're doing is you're changing the way that they think. And if you can do that in any aspects of your life, you're going to be more successful, right? If you start doing this in your business and don't focus so much on the selling, but more about changing people's minds, you're going to be more successful. Now, there's another secret about like actually working backwards rather than forwards. So a lot of time people will say, hey, we need to build a funnel. What you need to actually do is start from your offer and start from what is it that you're actually selling before you start building a website. And if you're selling books, like what kind of book? Who are the audience for this book? When you sell the book, what else do they get, right? And the perfect webinar, if you're going to try and get this like down pat, it starts from that offer. And then you tackle the objections, then you do your slides, then you do your video, then you build your website, your funnel, right? A lot of agencies and website builders out there, they're going to try and make you build the funnel first and then build the slides and then do all this stuff before you even do the video, before you even know what you're selling. That's crazy. So you kind of need to start from the back of the book and work forwards. That, like, people might have missed that, but that's so important, right? And you look at that and you think, Danny, that's insane. Where do I get the book? You can get the book. Where do I learn about webinars? DannyWalsh.live, scroll down, you sign up, you get the book, you pay shipping, you get it for free. It comes to your house. You've just paid shipping. You read that sucker. You go in there, you understand it, and you learn about webinars, right? perfect webinar success number 3 is nothing to do with your product either, right? Or your funnel, or even how much you charge. It's down to 2 little skills that the average 8-year-old uses nearly every single day, and AI can't do this stuff for you, right? And if you're thinking, oh, Danny, you're crazy, what you're talking about now, let me show you. Your webinar comes down to your energy, to the way you present it, the flow, your excitement about your product. You've got to be super excited, and the belief in what you're doing works. Maybe I should have said 3 things, right? But little kids have this, right? They've got energy, they've got flow, they've got excitement, and they believe what they're doing is right. They don't know about wrong. They just know about, oh, I'm going to do this and it's going to work for me in some weird way. And they're testing things all the time, and they're excited all the time, and they've got energy all the time, and they're running around and they're trying new things. As adults, this often gets dampened down, and we're like, oh man, we're busy and we're running around town and we've not eaten. Maybe you need the supplements, right? You go and get supplementsecrets.com and you check that out from last night. Maybe you'll watch that and you'll pay the 10 grand at the end. I'll put the link in the document for you, right? You can check that out. But look, if you can get the energy right on your presentation, you can get the flow right, so you're not stuttering and cutting and stopping and starting. It kind of makes sense, right? Nobody wants to watch some like convoluted video that's just keeps stops and starts. If you're excited, you're like, oh, I'm super excited. You won't find somebody more excited about webinars than like me, probably Russell Brunson, because he knows how much money you're going to make. If you've got the belief that the webinar is going to work for you, or the book's going to work for you, or the product's going to work for you, or the weight loss program is going to work for you, or you believe in these things so much that you're able to sell them, then what is actually stopping you going out there and doing it? Do you believe in yourself? If you believe in yourself, the answer is yes. Of course, I believe in myself. Nothing's going to stop you. If you don't believe in yourself, you're going to fail, right? So you get that belief, you get that energy, you get the flow, you get the excitement. They are things that you had when you was 8. You might not have them now. You need to kind of rekindle them. But if you couple those with a cool product or an affiliate product or your book or a service or something that you do, whether it's building funnels or whatever, and you build that into a webinar and you base that on the book, what have you got to lose? There's only a few people that can actually teach this stuff, right? One of them is Russell Brunson. There might be somebody else who might be able to teach some of this stuff. I'm hoping this is sort of landing in your mind right now. But look, let me give you some free stuff, and let me give you some info, and let me give you the book so you can go out there and get started, right? But look, honestly, a question for you. Do you think if you built a perfect webinar, use Russell's exact slides, learned how to break down and rebuild people's belief patterns in your buyer's mind, add a stack in place of all of the products that you're going to give them, and you had your funnel and your tech and your workflows just working like Russell does, do you think you'd have a better chance of success? Right? Of course, you're going to have a better chance of success because Russell's done it. I've done it. Like other people have done it. My clients are doing it right now. People I'm working with are having success with this project, this program. Like, if you've got the framework and you've got the tools and you've got the understanding and you've got the funnel and you've got that energy and flow and belief, then what is actually going to stop you? And I know that's in there somewhere because they say everybody's got a book inside of them, right? Everybody's got a webinar inside of them, and you're literally one conversation away from success. But look, it might take a while. But you can do it. I did it. It might take a few years to get it perfect, but it kind of makes sense to start. Or there could be another way, right? You could get there faster. You could get there faster, but you might have to give 100 grand to Russell Brunson if you can convince him, which I don't think you will. Or you might have to risk all of your money on some agency that doesn't get it and they can't teach it. Is it possible, and I know there's a few people watching right now, if I show you a way to work with me, for me to get you there sooner and for me to give it to you on a plate so it's done and you can just start with your webinar as soon as tomorrow, right? Is that something we could do? And there's a few people saying, yeah, let's go for it. People saying yes in the comments. People giving me likes. Remember, stick around. I'll give you some free stuff in the resources document where you can actually get a funnel. You can get the book and all the rest of it. I'll give you all that at the end. I'm also going to show you some testimonials of people I'm working with, which is amazing. But if I just spend 5 more minutes and actually give you a mechanism to get there sooner without spending hundreds of thousands on like the category king, or even trying to get these people to do this for you, or finding some crazy agency that's probably going to charge you 50 grand, 60 grand. That's worth like 2 more minutes of your time. Let's do it. People are saying, yes, let's do it. Big shout to Alex and to Snehal and to Mark and to Gary Rowley. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching. Look, I could teach you, but I can't do it for free. And I had 2 choices. I could do this for cheap, and try and recruit the world, or charge a bit more and have support and people in place, pay people to help you, bring in some experts that I know from the ClickFunnels sort of family, from the world of ClickFunnels, and charge you a little bit more, set a higher price, something affordable but enough to cover everything, and give you more time, more support, more guidance. And of course, I'll give you the free stuff if you want it, but you stick around 5 more minutes, I'll show you a deal that you can take, you can put in place in your business right now. And then in a short period of time, not only do you have the funnel, you have the webinar, you have all of this cool stuff. I want to give you the perfect webinar, right? And it's based on years of experience. If you invest with me in this program, I'm going to give you your perfect webinar offer. You start your pricing, all done with you, and I could charge somebody $3,000 just to do that part. I'm not going to charge you that, but I'm going to show you how much I could. And I'm also going to give you a piece of teaching, a piece of learning, where every objection that your customer could ever have in their mind is going to be broken down, busted with this cool objection busting training, which is super cool. And I'm going to give you the funnel, the emails, the pixels, the tracking, the calendar, the follow-ups, the texts, all of that stuff. So when people register for your webinar, they can kind of like get followed up, and they can get reminded, and they can go in your calendar, and they can book time with you, and they can buy stuff. Everything you need to sell your products is all going to be there in a package, ready to go inside of ClickFunnels. And you're going to have the objections broken down, and you're going to have the script in place, and you're actually going to have the offer, and you're going to have the stack and your pricing all done with you, all done for you, so that you can get the most out of that. And if I was going to charge somebody to do this, I charge them like over £10,000, which is about £11,991, right? So there's a lot of value that I'm going to give you, but I'm not going to charge you that. I'll also give you training and recordings on exactly how to build the perfect webinar, all of these things, how they all work, what you need to click, how you need to do them inside of ClickFunnels. And look, it's taken me a big bunch of time to master all of this stuff. If you just learn one of these things, it'd be worth that amount of money, right? And it's like, oh man, this is crazy. I'll even give you the slides. So when we get to the point where it's like, oh, Danny, we need to build slides, they're already done for you. Danny, we need to build a funnel, it's already done for you. Danny, we need the emails, it's already done for you. Danny, we need to figure out these objections. Why is nobody buying? We've got an exercise, we're going to do that, right? Every single thing that you need to build a perfect webinar based on my experience, what I've learned, all the stuff that I've consumed. I'm just going to give you all that stuff. And if I was going to do that, it's going to like cost you thousands, but I'm not going to charge you that much, right? So I'll also give you a bunch of other webinar funnel templates, and I'll give you ongoing support from the team as well. And if you add all of that stuff up with some Facebook ads to get your traffic in the first place, so people come and buy your offer, I charge over $20,000 for that stuff, right? But because you're on my lives and you love this stuff, if all this did at that price is just got you the funnel and the slides, it'd be worth that, right? And if you went to Russell Brunson, it's worth 5 times more of that, or probably more. If you went to some agency, they're probably going to charge you at least double, and you might not get all of the things that I'm going to show you based on all this experience. You can't get Russell Brunson, that's a fact. And we're not going to charge you $20,000 either, right? So look, if you sold 10 of your courses, or you sold a bunch of your books, or you sold $1 million condo, or whatever it is that you're trying to sell, even if we did charge you $20,000, it'd probably be worth it. And I'm not going to do that, right? So look, we're not quite ready to launch this thing. I've rushed through it on the live. There's only you guys are going to see it. All this stuff's going in the members area soon as well, because my page is getting a little bit cramped. At that point, people might have to start paying for this stuff. You guys have gotten it at the ground level. We've got to go. I'm going to show you the video. We're running out of time. We're 40 minutes in. When I release this to the public and I finish these slides and I've dot the I's and crossed the T's and I've got this perfect webinar for myself, because would you believe it, we've just done a webinar about webinars, which is kind of cool. I'm certainly going to charge over $6,000. It'd be a steal at $6,000, right? But because it's you're one of the first to dive in, and we can get a commitment from you today. We're going to do all of this. It's like $20,000 worth of stuff. You're going to get the slides, the funnel, the support. You're going to get the downloads. You're going to get the training. You're going to get everything you need, the script, the emails, the follow-up, all the stuff that people charge thousands for. We do all of that for less than $4,000 at $3,997. Total value over 20. And we're even going to give you a bonus video coaching on how to say it, how to get that flow, how to get that excitement. In British money, that's about $3,000. In American money, that's $3,997 US. But look, you're going to get the perfect webinar offer, the stack, the pricing all done with you. You get every objection your customer might have broken down, busted with the Objection Busters training. You get the funnel, the emails, the pixels, the tracking, the calendar, the follow-up, analytics, and more. We're going to do all of that. I could charge that like $4,000 as it is. So like, if all you got was that, you go in a ClickFunnels group now and say, hey, can you build me a funnel? Danny Walsh, can you build me a funnel? It's going to be more than that, right? I'm doing this for a long time. If you're a funnel builder and you think, oh man, I charge $3,997 or more for one funnel, then you could just swap one funnel for this program and it's not going to cost you anything. And you're going to get the flow and the energy and the video coaching and the stack and the slides and the training and the recordings and everything you need to build a perfect webinar. I'll do the slides for you. I'll do it with you. You get the bonuses. You get 3 other webinar funnels as well. Ongoing support from me for a while. And we're going to do some Facebook ads. And I could charge well over 20 grand for this. You guys know I could. You know how much this is valued at. If you go to www.walsh.marketing/perfect right now, it's not a fancy funnel. It's literally a Stripe checkout form. You could go there, you pay that money. We could start on Monday. There's only a few people that I'm going to be able to do this for, right? And look, you can get all this money back in one sale. If you sell one funnel, you get that money back. You've made your money back, right? You're going to get all of this stuff. You can make one sale, right? You can already sell one thing. If you go out there and sell a big bunch of your books, you must be able to already do that, right? How many books would it take you to go out there and sell this? You're not just going to give away the book. You're going to build an offer like this. And when people buy, they're not just going to get the book. They're going to get training. They're going to get guidance. We did this with a guy called Simon Coulson, who's a very well-known millionaire. He ran a webinar, and what we did in the back end is we put some training. He was doing 50 grand a month recurring in the first week of launching his webinar to his audience. And that's a client I worked with many years ago. I don't know what he's even doing now, right? So webinars work. They work for me. They work for Russell. They work for you. They work for everybody. You've kind of learned a bit about it, but the information alone might not be enough. If you pay that small investment today, I'm going to take you through this over the next course of sort of weeks. And over the course of that weeks, you're going to learn everything. You're going to get everything that I've just shown you. You're going to get the perfect webinar, the offer, the stack, the pricing. It's going to be done with you, not for you. You get every objection broken down, busted with the objection, busted training. You get the funnels, the emails, the pixels, the tracking, the calendar, the follow-ups, and more. Text messages going out to people. You get the training, all the recordings, exactly how to build it, what you're doing, why you're saying it. We're going to do the video script coaching for you as well. Give you the slides, you get the bonuses, you get the other templates. It all works in ClickFunnels. I'll see if I can extend your trial from 2 weeks to 30 days so you can do this risk-free. You're going to get the ongoing support from me and my team as well. You see, I'm super excited about this. It's like 9:30 at night. You get Facebook ads to get you going with 1 month ad support as well. You get all of that stuff. $3,997 today. And look, you have choices right now. You can do nothing. You can forget it. You can go away. You can try and do it yourself. Take this information. I'll give you some free stuff at the end. You can go and try hire Russell Brunson. Probably not going to happen. Or you can invest right now. Get started at walsh.marketing/perfect. Put it in like that. I'll put the link in the document as well. We're running out of time, right? So you're going to get all this stuff. It's a low investment compared to what you're going to get. If all you did is got one webinar that works and you can sell a big bunch of stuff, then that webinar is going to make you that money back in return. I know I did a similar thing the other week and 3 people have signed up. We did it again on Monday and 3 people have signed up. And that's like $6,000 over the course of a week from doing webinars. And I've been doing this for a while. You can see some funnels up there. We've got all sorts of different webinars. I'll give you the templates. I'll give you the funnels. I'll also give you a money back guarantee. If you start this program and you don't like it, don't work for you, you turn around and say, hey, Danny, it's not right. I'll just give you your money back, right? If you only got the knowledge, never mind the support and the funnels and the guidance and all the systems and processes all done for you, what would that be worth, right? It's life-changing stuff. People are literally going out there and asking for $1 million off stage, and they're getting it because of the webinars. That was before the beard. I've been doing this for years, and I've been doing it for a long time. You can kiss goodbye to the unknown, to the things that you don't know yet. I can kind of see the mountain. You can see the mist. I want to demystify that. I want to take you through on this journey, give you all of that stuff. You get the webinar, you get the offers, you get the stack, you get the pricing. Your product is done, right? You get the objections broken down, so nobody could say, hey, I'm not going to give you money. It's like it's broken down. We've just kind of done that, right? Because when you started this, you didn't even know what a webinar is. And now you know that people can ask for all this money, and you know there's a system and a process, and you know that you could do it, and it's open to anybody. It's achievable. And now you've got somebody to help you. What reason have you got not to do this apart from money? Your money's going to come back. This won't, right? I'm going to charge $6 grand for this. I'm going to take this offline. This video won't be here for too long. All this stuff's going in the members area. You're one of the first people to see it. I can see people asking questions in the chat. I'll come to that in a second. If you break the old habits and you move forward on this exciting journey with me, you're going to get all this stuff, all my support from my team. We're not going to let you down. It's worth over 20 grand. And you're going to get the video coaching as well, so you can do crazy videos like this. I use this in the fishing business, exact formula to make over $3 million. And I'm serious about ClickFunnels. There's my baby in ClickFunnels clothing. Go to walsh.marketing/perfect. One-time payment, $3,997. Can I twist your arm a little bit further and coach you on that excitement and energy and belief? Because if I could do that and you're energized and you're excited and you believe in this stuff just like I do, then why would you fail? There's no reason why you're going to fail, right? And look, I want to show a video of somebody who's been really successful with the work that I've done so far. And I want to get some food and I want to chill out. And it's like 9:30. We're coming to an end of this video. But look, that's an offer you're never going to see again. And I'm only making this to a very limited number of people. I've got other offers that I've put out there and they've worked that are no longer available. They're offline. And if you're watching this on the replay, it might be too late. So if you're watching this live, then head on over to Walsh.perfect. You've got to get that right. Even I'm programmed to say DannyWalsh.live. You've got to go to that link. It's www.walsh.marketing/perfect. I'll put that up in the document. We're going to end this right now, unless there's any questions. I can see one or two people are commenting and people are typing. I'll leave it a second to see that comes through. If not, I'll pick them up on the replay. I'll put this in the document and I get some food. I want to chill out. I'm going to leave you with a video of somebody who's been using the fishbowl funnels to fantastic success. We did this interview the other day. It was amazing. I'm going to introduce to you Madison. Madison is over in the US and she's working using the fishbowls. She's had some insane results, amazing results. I'm so proud. I hope you're getting same results too. I'm going to leave you this little segment and remember that, look, if all this does, this training unlocks a 10th of what I've just showed you, it's got to be worth it because that money's going to come back. Your opportunity to do this won't. And if you want to invest in me right now, it's www.walsh.marketing/perfect. You get all the stuff that you see on the screen. There's a big stack of stuff there. Literally going to go out, build your webinar, make your business amazing, build your offer, build your stack, build your funnel, get all your tracking, all the technical stuff handled. Oh man, I can't do this for everybody. I can't do it at this price for longer. One-time payment, $3,997. And I know that tomorrow somebody at least from this live or somebody would have contacted me. We'll be on a call and we'll go and do it. If you want the free stuff, I'll put all of that in the resources document as well. But we're going to flick over to this video, see somebody who else is having success with the free stuff that I share on the website. Everything is available, DannyWalsh.live. I will see you on the next video on Sunday. Bye-bye. Hey, so Madison, you've been having some amazing results with the fishbowl funnels, and I'm super excited that you've told me a little bit about this already. But just for folks watching this video, talk about some of the results, a little bit about what you've done, the lives, and all the rest of it. Just literally 2 minutes for me, because this is an amazing story and some fantastic success.
Well, I mean, first of all, thank you for coming into my business, my life through the Geek Out group. I last year tried to target the same group of people that are in my giveaway, and I probably spent almost $5,000 in ads for nobody to show up to my webinars, for nobody to come, for no engagement. I sold a couple print-on-demand products, but they became way too expensive, and I turned the ads off, and I kind of walked away from it. And I thought, hey, this is worth a shot to try this and to see where this goes. And I think I was blown away when people actually showed up to the lives. They commented about, hey, we're so excited for the kickoff party. And they came to that, and they've stayed with me through technological difficulties and not being good on camera and not knowing how to use StreamYard and do giveaways. And it's just showing like they're inviting their friends, they're commenting, they're coming, they're so excited. And it is like the coolest thing to see as an entrepreneur, to actually see progress being made in something. And I know 100% like the money will come, and it will come in droves. Like as long as these people are rabid fans, like Russell talks about a movement, like I can sense this being a movement, and it's like blowing my every expectation I have away.
Whoa. So let's back up a little bit, because that sounds like you've like, oh, this is so exciting. So you've obviously watched the training on the fishbowl funnel, and you've put one of these things together, and you've said, hey, we're going to do this giveaway. What kind of response did you have initially when you first tried that?
So I have the first week I got 100 people in, and I like firsthand know 3 people in that group. These are all people that are cold traffic. They're invited from friends. They're invited from different people. And then, it took 7 days to get to 100 people. And then the next 7 days I got to 300 people.
Whoa. So you see, you've very quickly grown a group. What about ad spend? Have you spent $5,000 again?
No, I've only spent 100. So I spent a little bit of money on like a page post engagement, build some social proof around that ad, because that's what I wanted people to share. So yep. I knew who's going to know? They don't know me. I just I changed a page I had, changed it to a different name, and then launched the ad. And it's not anything that I'm proud of graphically. The funnel does not look pretty and perfect and optimized. It has a pixel and an opt-in button, and that's about it.
Yep, sometimes that's all you need, right? So you get 300 people into your group in 2 weeks or 3 weeks time from $100 of ad spend. And then you've started to do lives with these folks. Tell us a little bit about the lives and how that's sort of gone.
Well, it's, you know, if you take this journey as being an entrepreneur, you sit in an empty room and talk to yourself all day. And it is a total mental shift when people actually show up and want what you have. And it is like the biggest high. And I totally understand why people like chase this down as fast as you can go. And I mean, I've tried a lot of things. I've tried a lot of people's courses and I've never had anything work. And it's just like, keep trying every day. And I mean, it's unbelievable.
So you've gone in there and you've done lives and you're asking people to comment and people are engaging. You said you had some technical problems. You know, were they still there when like the lights went out? Or
yeah, they even came back, and I mean, they were excited that I was back, and I mean, it was cool. Like my first live, the kickoff party was terrible, and I tried to use eCam, and then I didn't have the permission set, and it showed the wrong screen. But people were like, "Yeah, this is awesome still." And I mean, the comments are like crazy. They're like, "Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity to win this stuff."
So people clearly love a giveaway. You've gone live. You built some engagement. You've had an insane amount of people join your group. What about like the opt-in rates and things like that? Is it the usual boring like 3%? It can't be, right?
I think it's honestly a number of people won't believe. People want this so bad they're opting in like more than once. It's been 365 new emails into my ClickFunnels account through this funnel. Opt-in rate, I mean, this shows that it's like 178%, which is, I mean, I don't feel like I can even talk about it because people won't believe it. But yeah, the stats are there, and it's like more than 100%, or it's staying close to 100%.
So based on what you've achieved so far for the ad spend, and if those rates were to stay the same, where do you think this would be in like 3 months, 6 months, a year's time? It can only go in one direction, but as long as you keep pumping this thing, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously I have a niche. My niche is youth softball. It's what I know. It's like my background, and I'm spending $5 a day and getting leads, emails for 10 cents to 15 cents to 20 cents, just beyond crazy. So it is just going to go as big as people want it to go.
Yeah, and obviously you kind of got to understand the marketing structure, and you know about the cost per lead, and you know about conversion rates, and you know some of this technical jargon. But that once you kind of understand that, and you, like you say, you start to see that happen, it is something very special. And when people are commenting, right, and they're going crazy for your thing, and you can now pretty much steer that community, that audience, whichever direction you want. And I know in the training we've talked about making an offer and presenting something. Have you got to the point where you've actually tried to sell any stuff? Because a lot's happening, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just started on Monday doing your training of the price claim form, asking them to pay. I position it as like, would you cover our costs? And the whole positioning is, and it is true, every penny that comes in goes right back to this giveaway. And it is as much a passion project as I see the business opportunity into it. And so the 3 people I gave it away to, they all paid for us to send it to them. And 2 out of 3 of them bought our sticker club, which I told them you could only get if you won a prize, to kind of build up that little FOMO of like, you got to get it now because it's not going to be available.
Yep. So obviously now the people in the group, and I guess the little trick is once they receive the prize, get them to post in the group. Everybody kind of goes crazy. How do I get those stickers? And then obviously you can use the magic words, even if you didn't win, and people will just like want to buy your stickers. And the fact that you've made sales, the opt-in rate is clearly off the chain. And the fact that you're getting engagement even after the power went out is testament not just to the system, but also to your drive and determination. But I think for these hobby type businesses and niche businesses and the kind of things that people love to do in the spare time, whether it's fishing or it's softball or whatever, there's something pretty cool about this, right? And I'm really excited for you.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, it's awesome. And you only see the opportunities that are out there. Obviously I'm in the ClickFunnels space. This week, Catherine Jones talked all about joint ventures. And I'm like, man, I can build that group that people would want to come and pitch their products in my group. And I see there's a handful of people that have softball themed, strength and conditioning, mental performance type courses, and obviously they're spending a heck of a lot of money on Facebook ads to get a few people to click, because I can see their comments and there is no comments on it. And I'm like, hey, I can go out and say, I got a group. Let's split the profit on what you make out of it.
That's kind of where we're going with the training, and you're already one step ahead. And I think once you start to unlock that, some true magic can happen. So look, Madison, I think what you're doing with this is amazing, and you are clearly discovering things as you move, and it's just a great story to tell that you've gone out there, you've got some stickers, you've created this community, even though the technology's just like failed you, or you've not figured stuff, or you've gone in there and you've just made it work. And once you start to do that, you really do see those results. What would you say to anybody who's sat there thinking, oh man, should I try this? What's your message?
Well, I think my whole thought process on this is a little bit like just stay one lesson ahead of the students. And I just went from jump, and you just, at the end of the day, you just have to jump. And I remember, like, I do mystery prizes because I wanted to give myself enough time for people to get into the group, and I could change those. If nobody showed up, I could give away a $5 item. If I get a whole bunch of people, it's a $30 item. And I remember early on in the group, this one guy said, so if you win a mystery prize, do you still get entered to win the grand prize? I'm like, I never thought about that. And I didn't tell him I'd never thought about that. I'm like, you know what? We're going to talk about that on the kickoff call. So it is just, you can make this work. You can make it just start.
Yeah. And a lot of the stuff that I've done has kind of been on the fly, and somebody will say something, you think, oh man, that kind of gives you the next step, and you can go away and put this together, because like you said, the funnel doesn't have to be like spend 10 grand on the design. There's a lot of people out there right now spend 10 grand on a funnel and still nobody comes, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's insane. And I would rather have people and communication and that sort of audience that sat there who will see you grow than try and go in at the top and say, hey, we're the best. And that's really disheartening. And I guess what you said earlier about spending money on ads and all the rest of it, if this has managed to turn that around and bring these people in and get them excited about your business, then oh man, I can't wait to see where this goes.
I can't either. I mean, obviously I have an idea of a path that it's going to go, but it's blown me away by like the path these people want it to go and how big they want it to be, and something that like it's like starting to become a brand. And I have a domain that I just thought it would be the ultimate softball giveaway, and they're like, no, we want it to be ultimate softball, and there's gonna be this and that. So it's beyond crazy.
Wow. So you've got a little map in your mind. Maybe you don't see the whole picture just now, but that's cool. You can build with it. You've got an audience who loves you. You've got traffic and opt-ins and emails. And have you even emailed these guys like yet? Or
I've only done the, hey, you joined, you got to finish your registration by joining the Facebook group. And then I put that line in there. I changed it a little bit. You said, to email us back. I said, email us back for bonus entries. And I have a handful of people that have done that, but I waited 2 weeks or a week and a half to do that, which I'm like, why didn't I do that at the very beginning? And but I still get opt-ins, or I get open rates. I get clicks beyond what I've ever gotten before.
Well, so I'm super proud, and I'm super pleased that, that you've done this and you've achieved this, and it's working for you. Everything that you've told me is just amazing, and I can't wait to see this grow. I'm just going to say thank you so much for taking the time to jump on with this and let people know that this stuff works. And I guess it's better to get started not quite perfect and figure it out as you move than sit there for months and months and months, right?
Trying 100%.
Well, thank you so much.
No. Thank you for sharing this.
If it's all right with you, maybe we could do something on one of my lives, and maybe we could do something a little bit more detailed, show your screen and whatnot. But I think for now, for the time that we've got, and you're busy running this mini empire now, I'm going to finish the recording. I know we can chat around this in a second, but Madison, thank you so much for taking this and running with it and being awesome.
Thank you.